Okay, hopefully this video will not cut off. So, in continuation with the moon in Taurus, even though, we have new moon just happened in Gemini and everything like that, but just continuing on that energy and just describing that energy in general, leaving off on, with the moon being in that space where Venus is at home, there's, Venus, just by default in nature, has access to both Taurian and Libran energy and everything. So with that being the case, moon being here, it can react in both of those aspects. And it can react to, thinking of being practical by default because the moon is in that space of being thinking and practical, being fixated on being practical, but at the same time, while being fixed on its own way of being thinking, it can also hone in on a little bit of that cardinal air that Libra has access to, just because Venus, it co-rules Taurus. The Earth, the Earth planet that we stand on, is actually the ruler of Taurus. You can look at Uriel's old videos; he explains that more in detail. There's some videos that are explaining the Earth sign. So basically, and now I'm just scratching the surface. You need to go watch his video and have a better understanding. But basically, the science is wherever your sun sign is at. Like mine's Aquarius, 23 degrees Aquarius, and I forgot exactly how. I'd have to refresh and watch the video. I don't exactly remember the exact degrees, but it plays out to where their Earth sign is in the opposite sign of the sun sign. So my Earth sign would be in Leo, in the 6th house, since my rising is Pisces, my ascendant is Pisces. So with that being the case, this is gonna. Well, anyway, okay, back to the moon being in Taurus. That's a whole nother video. You need to go watch his video about the Earth sign and everything like that. So that you can access that energy with Venus, having rulership in Libra, but because Venus is the sole ruler of the owner of the house, basically, of Libra, they pay the rent, they have all the responsibilities in Libra. Venus being in Taurus, it brings those traits because it's coming out of that house and it's coming to move in for a little bit with its, close friend, the Earth. So, with that being the case, it creates a situation where that energy can kind of linger into that energy wherever you have Taurus at. I have South Node in Taurus, so elements of that energy indulging in, wanting to conversate and like have new conversations, have new kinds of conversation with people and everything like that. It can kind of play out in that situation. But anyway, and then with the moon reacting to Martian type energy, with it relating to Martian type energy, the detriment of it, basically it plays out into a situation where you're reacting, but if you react into a certain degree to where you're acting more into the Martian aspect of this relationship that Taurus has with the planets, which is the moon, Venus, Mars, and Pluto. That's like the cross of Taurus. That's like the cardinal cross of Taurus, fixed cross of Taurus, since it's a fixed sign. So with that being the case, this aspect of this energy spectrum, of this energy space, Taurus, is playing out to where if you act more into this energy, it plays out more left field energy, left field situation, reacting, since we're talking about the moon, but placing situations upon yourself and other people presenting left field energy based upon you reacting a certain way. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be you reacting solely aggressively. It could be you could be super passionate. Pardon me. You could be super passionate. You could just be reacting super passionately, and someone they may not expect that of you if they've been around you for such a long time and they're used to that, Taurian, Venusian, moon exaltated energy and everything, that they're picking up more. They're going to pick up on you're actually kind of not really being yourself. So that in turn creates a left field kind of energy playing on both sides, really. because now you'll have a perspective and you'll be like, well, I'm just trying to do some, I'm just trying, get involved in some, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you just got a new passion, if you just, like, let's say you just got into music or music production, or you just got into martial arts or some of that nature, and that's Martian energy in and of itself. Martial arts, Martian arts, literally, Aries Scorpio energy combined. Bruce Lee had a Scorpio moon. But anyway, and then you have the moon reacting into the fallen state, which is Pluto. So it's like, okay, so that's like more of a subconscious state when you're falling asleep, like Uriel said. So when it's in a fallen state, or if you're just simply knocked out, and you're more in a subconscious place, because the subconscious is first, then comes the conscious, comes the spiritual, then the physical. So with that being the case, the moon reacting into that Plutonian area, that can actually create real abundant, but you have to be careful, because this is very deep subconscious, because literally this is dealing with that Plutonian energy, that relationship with Scorpio, and the 8th house, which is the depths of things, sex, what happens behind closed doors, anything that's that you keep real secret. I mean, like further than just home life and domestic issues and everything like that, and just what you dream about, but like things you don't, because you can express your dreams. You see what I'm saying? And there's certain people that you could even be close to, like certain close friends that you could relate domestic issues to. That's why the 3rd and the 4th house are so close to each other and everything. But in term, I mean, your deep desires, I mean, you can't even relate that to even sometimes the closest people. There could be very few instances. That's why the 8th house is next to the 7th house, because that's that one-on-one relationship. You have to have that solid one-on-one relationship to really, be able to be comfortable, being able to express, the depths of what you're feeling and the secrets of what you're feeling, because a lot of that deals, I mean, the 8th house, that it literally goes so deep. I mean, that's water houses, water energy in general is just so subconscious, and it runs so deep. The waters are so heavy. All the bacteria of thoughts and parasites that just accumulate in the water, and all the plankton and everything like that, and all, SpongeBob characters and everything like that. It's absolutely ridiculous and everything. But, tapping into that Plutonian energy, that Plutonian fallen state energy, you got to be careful reacting to that aspect, if you do react to it at all. Because the thing with reacting to this Plutonian aspect is that it's going to cause a super deep transformation, because you're automatically in the reverse sign, which is, Taurus, reverse of Scorpio. So that energy is already going to have an access in and of itself. So you have to really be careful reacting to deep transformative situations, because, Taurus deals with stability and everything like that, like true, firm stability, like the actual roots of a tree and everything. So if a fucking tree gets uprooted, I mean, that's a super deep transformative situation. Or if a tree gets chopped down, that's years and years of building a foundation and, having a solid structure and, and comfortability. That's why the moon is exalted here. It's like you're so solid, you got all your resources, because that's why people suffer in this society. Like Uriel said, it's like you wouldn't be able to last or really be able to make it and really be mentally stable. Taurus, literally, fucking, without Taurian kind of energy. And I don't want to say mentally stable, like we can't live without, like, it's not all about material, but majority of us, we have responsibilities we have to uphold in this society, and majority of the society and energy that we're up under doesn't allow for us to go outside of that Taurian energy, but that's another video. So when a tree gets cut down and uprooted, it's a deep transformation, and you learn a lot from your situation. Metaphorically, you learn a lot. You see all the rings. When you cut a tree, you see the rings, and you see all the years. But it's a beautiful. It's a work of art. It's the same thing if a tree is uprooted. If you go to a little wooded area, if you go to a forest and you see a tree that's uprooted, you can see. I mean, it's a deep transformation.